People have been talking about him in my inbox like crazy, y'all. When I tell you, everybody's trying to move this guy, get him. I want to get him off my team. Like, and that's the big indication for me, right? In my Discord inbox, in my Did It inbox, in my Instagram, or even in my TikTok inbox. When people start asking, like, what do I do with this guy? That's when I'm like, that might be a buy low. Because when I see that name, I don't see like sell him for peanuts right now. Here are the top 5 buy lows you need to pay attention to for fantasy basketball. First up is somebody that I've been getting a lot of questions about, a whole ton of questions about. Like, people are trying to like salvage whatever they had with this guy, and it doesn't make the most sense to me, right? It just doesn't make the most sense to me because I know how much people paid to get him on their team. And the player we're talking about is Jason Tatum. People are out on Jason Tatum, y'all. People are like, yo, should I trade Tyrese Maxey? Should I give up, should I trade Ant-Man and get, can I get rid of him? Like, who should I get for him? And for me, like, I'm not even mad at any of those trades. That's no shade against Ant-Man. That's no shade against Maxey. I think they're both great. But we're talking about Jason Tatum. If you drafted Jason Tatum, you probably paid like top 8. That's your first round pick. And people out here, man, maybe I'll try to get some depth. Yeah, man, what can you package in? What kind of package can I build? Can I get a Buddy Hield? Throw me Buddy Hield and Paolo Banchero. Come on, man. It's Jason Tatum. Like, I know. Patience at this, we're going into week 10. So patience is not a word that maybe, we want to embrace at this point. Currently for points leagues, he's ranked at number 18. So the buy low is here. And it's been here for a couple of weeks. In that area, I would trade, Kawhi Leonard for Jason Tatum in a heartbeat. I would do that. Bam Adebayo, heartbeat. Adebayo is 22 in points leagues. Alfred Şengün, bye. I love Şengün, but I would trade him to get me some Tatum. Edwards, I would. Bane. There's a bunch of players. Now, I don't know if I would do Donovan Mitchell or Devin Booker right now just because they've been cooking so much consistently all season. But I look at players like Victor Wembanyama, and maybe, right? Maybe. Shoot, I know Victor is killing right now, but they're really close. And Jason Tatum, if for some reason, like, especially if Porzingis goes down, which he's been like known for historically, he's gone down, right? Knock on wood. I hope he doesn't go down, but it happens, right? Like, anything can change. So hopefully Tatum will get back to that first round value, but right now he's outside of the top 10, and this could be your opportunity to buy low. The next player we want to look at, we're going to have to scroll a lot further. We got to go down into the basement, buy low on this guy. And again, this is somebody that I wasn't super high on, but I do think he does possess some value. He's currently 125 on hashtag basketball points leagues rankings, and that's Cameron Johnson from the Brooklyn Nets. So he's averaging 14.5 points on the season, 4.9 rebounds. I think he can do better than this. I really do. I don't think this is a true assessment of what he will bring to the table. I don't think he's going to sit outside of the top 100. And he might even be available on some waiver wires if you're in a super shallow league. So that's somebody I would definitely take a look at. The next guy I want to talk about is number 107 in points leagues right now, and that is my man Jakob Poeltl. Like, I love Jakob Poeltl. He has not been killing it this year, though, y'all. Like, I know that he has not delivered the way we wanted him to deliver, and I get it. So for me, I wasn't crazy high on him, but I definitely liked him in drafts where I was getting him. And right now, he's outside of the top 100. So if I could move, like Chris Paul, bye. Jalen Green, bye. PJ Washington, bye. Russell Westbrook, bye. I don't know about Devin Vassell. I might hold Devin Vassell just because with those younger players, there's all kinds of upside that could, be sitting underneath the surface. So you want to be patient with that. So definitely Jakob Poeltl is a buy low right now. I would try to bust a move and see if you can bring him back to your squad. So before we move on, I want to talk about did it, y'all. You like, did it, done it? Who did it? I did it. Okay, done. When I tell you, did it this past week has been an eye-opening experience for me as the founder of this community. And basically what did it is an advice app. It's an advice app for fantasy sports players. So if you're in fantasy basketball, fantasy football, if you do DFS, if you do fantasy golf, if you do fantasy baseball, fantasy hockey, this is a place where you can literally get on the phone and have a video chat with your favorite fantasy basketball experts. It is wild, right? So there is a cost related to getting on the calls, but the good news for you is that your first call with me is absolutely free. Some of our community members who got on calls with me this week, they had 30-minute calls, 40-minute calls, and some of those calls were valued up to $60, $40, $50, $60. So I just wanted to take a quick minute to shout out some of those people because, man, like I had such a good time connecting with the community, man. It was just like a beautiful, beautiful moment to like get on the phone and just connect with the people who I've been, helping from a distance through these shows, through our TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, but to see their face and like go through their roster, you could do a screen share. When I tell you, you can literally do a screen share. When you do the screen share, you can pull up your team, and when you pull up your team, you can show me everything. You can show me, like, we can go through the filters, the settings. We can look at your opponents for the week. We could look at your league as a whole. We could target players, build trade packages, all of that. It was mind-blowing, yo. So all you have to do is download the Did It app on iOS and look for Robbin Marx, and all you have to do is just send me a DM. Please note that you will need to use a credit card to actually register for your first call, but you will not be charged on your first call. Big shout out to Logan, Cash, Junior, Kevin, Jonathan, Aaron, Axel, Hamza, Cato, Tom, Stanley, Preston, Sasha. All had calls with me this week, and I tell you, it was fulfilling for me just as a content creator, because sometimes you cook up content, you create these videos, and you put them out into the internet, and that's it. People leave comments and stuff, but you can't see them, you can't connect with them. This has been a whole different experience for me, and I'm just grateful for all of those folks that I named, but also to the folks at Did It for bringing me on as one of their fantasy basketball experts. People have been talking about him in my inbox like crazy, y'all. When I tell you, everybody's trying to move this guy, get him. I want to get him off my team. And that's the big indication for me, right? In my Discord inbox, in my Did It inbox, in my Instagram, or even in my TikTok inbox, when people start asking, like, what do I do with this guy? That's when I'm like, that might be a buy low. Because when I see that name, I don't see like sell him for peanuts right now. Mikal Bridges is somebody that we expected to take a huge leap. He has not done so. At the end, when he first got traded to Brooklyn, he was cooking, right? And we thought that would be the permanent representation of his value. It is not. I don't believe he will be that guy, right? But he's not this bad. And I think it feels like I've said this before this season. He's not going to be like a first-round guy or maybe even a second-round guy, but he can be a third-round guy. And that is not where he is right now. So if you have that league mate, that person in your league who is out on Mikal Bridges and you want to take advantage of it, this is the time. This is the time. So I would figure out some packages, or I would look around these rankings and see who are people in that range that I would be okay with trading away to bring him back. So Nurkic, I would bust that move. Valanciunas, I would bust that move. Derek White, I would bust that move. Miles Bridges, I would bust that move. Franz Wagner, I don't think I would do that. I will hold Franz Wagner. Jamal Murray, I think I'll bust that move. I think I would do it. I wouldn't do it for Jaren Jackson Jr. And I definitely would trade Kyle Kuzma to bring back Mikal Bridges. So, again, look at your league. See if your league mate who has Mikal Bridges on his roster is down to do business, and then you can go from there. So the next player I want to talk about is actually doing pretty good this season, but he had a pretty stinky week. He is currently ranked at number 29, Julius Randle. For the last 7 days, he's actually ranked 38th. So he's not really killing it. Recently he hasn't really been killing it, but over the season he's been pretty good. But it could still be a good opportunity for you. So see if it's something that works for your team. Create a package, and I would try to get Julius Randle on your squad and buy low.